Like, share, subscribe.
We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost.
How badly do you want it? Because you've got to pay a price to be the best. The best pay a big price. You've got to work harder, you've got to commit more, you've got to take more responsibility, you've got to deal with more ups and downs. And if we can deal with that question, how much are you willing to suffer? Because I work with gold medal champions and they suffer every day. They work enormously hard. They sacrifice enormous things in order to get that success.
I don't know what your future is, but if you're willing to take the harder way, the more complicated one, the one with more failures at first than successes, the one that has ultimately proven to have more meaning, more victory, more glory, then you will not regret it. Whatever you choose for a career path, remember the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose.
What if is the worst question you can ever ask yourself. I failed. It's 1,000,000 times better than what if. Because that motherfucker got up and did something, showed up 10 times more of the man and says, what if? What if, man? What if is an ongoing debate inside yourself that you can never come to a conclusion on. I got up and failed, at least I know. Otherwise, what if? Every minute of every day for your existence, battling inside your head, trying to turn off the voices, but you can't. The window of opportunity is closed. There's nothing you can do but sit back and wonder, what if? Nope, don't like that, man. I'd much rather take the gamble and lose.
No matter what's going on in your life is not permanent. Everything is going to change. So there's two things you can do with change. You can react to it or you can participate in it. It's going to change anyway. So if you keep waiting around, you're going to have to react to the change. And now you behind. But if you participate in the change, if you know the job you have is not going to last forever. COVID proved that already. Where you go to work at every day, that's going to change. COVID proved that already. So what you got to start doing is you got to start anticipating that it's going to change and just start living your life with the preparation for change.
Never, ever quit. Never quit. I don't know if it's an ability or if you have it, just you can't quit.
If you want to give up, you can give up. This is your choice. You can do whatever you want. Your time's gonna come, but you cannot give up.
I've seen people quitting, and if they would have held out longer, they would have been successful. I've seen it so much.
The biggest mistake a person can do right now, no matter in which situation you are, is to give up.
Every morning when you get up, say over and over to yourself, do it now, do it now, do it now, I do it now, do it now. Whenever you have this tendency to procrastinate, program your subconscious mind with this automatic conditioned command, do it now, do it now, do it now. The key to overcoming procrastination is to develop a sense of urgency. Be the kind of person who gets things done quickly. Be the kind of person who launches fast on a task. One of the ways to launch fast on a task is to take the task and break it up, what is called salami slicing it. Slice a piece of salami. Don't try to eat a whole loaf of salami, you eat it one slice at a time. Take your task and break it up into small pieces and do one piece at a time. Say over and over to yourself, do it now, do it now, do it now.
I've never in my life had a bed. I've slept on the sofa. I've slept on the floor. My first bed was in a penthouse. I was that broke. I made 40k in 24 hours on US 30. I said, yeah, stopping trading. 6 months on a penthouse. Let's go. In the whole of London, there is not a penthouse like that penthouse. Getting a taste of what's really out there. If you feel like you're in a position where you can do something, do it. Don't take opinions from passengers in your life. You're the one in the driver's seat. Relax, take it easy. So if you're in a position where you can do something that will make you feel better, it's not a stupid move. It's wise. People will never understand.
Do you have any regrets?
No, don't have time to regret. We move on because we are acceptable for what we are, not what we think we should be. I'm accepted in myself by what I am, but not as I think I should be, because that's a lie. I'm a sinner. I'm an old sinner. I've done some bad things. I've done some good things. So, you just forgive yourself and move on.
A lot of people wait for perfect conditions to start, but don't realize that starting is the perfect condition.
Jean-Paul Sartre, I have led a toothless life. I have never bitten into anything. I was waiting. I was reserving myself for later on, and I have just noticed that my teeth have gone.
We have this idea, I call it the fallacy of the perfect pick, but thinking that you're going to have this one shot, this one pick of this one opportunity, this one podcast, this one whatever, that's going to take you all the way. But it's the habit of biting that takes you all the way, not where you choose to bite the first time. Waiting to begin never got anyone anywhere.
Doubt is such a strange thing. I mean, it's, there'll be times where you succeed and there are times that you fail. So wasting your time doubting whether you're going to be successful or not is pointless. It is. You just put one foot in front of the other. You control what you can't control. And then you see what the outcome is. Right? If you win, great. You're going to have to wake up the next day and do the journey over again. If you lose, it sucks. But you're going to have to wake up the next day and do the journey all over again anyway.
This is yours. You're the captain. You're the master. You're the foreman. You're the general. You're the head. Don't give control of this to nobody, especially the devil. Do not let Satan come in here and function and operate, because he has one mission: to keep you off course, to make you not think it's possible, to make you think that God don't hear you. His job is only to destroy you, to make sure that you don't become what God intended for you to become. That's the mission of the devil.
You can have revenge or success, but you can't have both. And let me describe what I mean by that. Because the essence of revenge is unforgiveness. Because I had a list. Yeah. These are the lists of people that I do not forgive. In fact, I'm gonna go to each one of them and settle my score. But the problem with that, and the problem is that you go back into a spider web. You go back into the mud. You go back into the dirt, and it keeps you there. Whereas success involves forgiveness. Success involves cutting off the old, moving into a whole nother way.
Never, ever put yourself in a situation where you hurt your willpower. Never. Because eventually, the world, businesses, companies, families, anything is ran by leaders, not because they're talented, not because they speak better than everybody else, not because they're the best at reading books, not because they have the fanciest degree. Because in a boardroom, when this guy or this gal says he or she is going to do something, you can bank it. You can cash the check, baby. And people like that are not a dime a dozen. They are rarer than dimes.
You don't start things and not finish them. You don't quit. There's nothing that comes out of quitting besides knowing that you didn't finish. We finish everything. You start it, finish it. If you're going to do it to try and be the best. Not be better than other people, be the best for you.
Life happens, and you have to deal with it. You can't say, why did that happen to me? Why not? I mean, why not you? What's so different that it shouldn't happen to you? You can't feel sorry for yourself when something happens. You have to help yourself, and it's how you deal with the difficult time that's important. Because you have to go forward, not backward.
How come you ain't never liked me? Like you? Who the hell said I got to like you? Man is supposed to take care of his family. You live in my house, fill your belly with my food, put your behind on my bed because you're my son. Not because I like you, it's because it's my duty to take care of you. I owe a responsibility to you. I ain't got to like you. Now don't you go through life worrying about whether somebody like you or not. You best be making sure they're doing right by you.
Psalm 23:4. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. My friends, no matter what situation you're going through, no matter how dark the time is, you will get through it. You will conquer it, because you are a warrior of God. We shall be fearless, courageous, brave in the name of the Lord. We won't ever give up. We won't ever back down against the enemy. Because if God is for us, who can be against us? Not even the enemy, my friend. Always remember that. You are a warrior of God. You will get through your trials. You will get through your hardships. You're strong, my friend. Keep pushing. Fear not.
Patience, is it important? Absolutely. This day and age, everybody wants something immediate. You know, there's a saying, it took me 10 years to become an overnight success, and that's true. Everything takes time. But success is making the right small decisions over and over again, over time, and you'll be successful. Failure is the opposite. Making small wrong decisions over time, and then you become unsuccessful. So just remember those things, and every day attempt to be 1% better than you were yesterday. Don't compare yourself to anyone else, than you were yesterday. You set yourself on that trajectory, and you'll be moving in the right direction.
Here's the exercise. Whenever you feel sad or mad or nervous or out of control, write down what you're thinking and then ask yourself, is it true? Is it absolutely true? How do I feel when I have this thought? How do I act when I have this thought? And what's the outcome of the thought? So, is it true? Is it absolutely true? How do I feel, act, and the outcome of the thought? How would I feel if I didn't have the thought? How would I act if I didn't have the thought? What's the outcome of not having that thought? And then my favorite part of it is take the original thought. Tana never listens to me. Tana's my wife. I've had that thought. And then turn it to the opposite. And it does listen to me. And then just ask yourself whether or not that's true. And by directing my thoughts, by managing, so rather than being a victim, right? This is one of the things where do what the F I say. Write down 100 of your worst thoughts. Take them through that process. And by the time you get to 30, they'll stop bothering you.
You have to have this knowing that, okay, it may not work today, it may not work tomorrow, but this is the right thing, and this is what I'm doing, and this is what's feeding me. So that would be the best advice that I can give you. That knowing, just believe in what you're doing, and if you don't believe in it, then you're not doing it. You haven't figured out the thing that you do best yet. When you feel it and when you know, no one can tell you. You only have to be right once.
You just have to try different things, and even if 99% of them fail, you only have to be right one time. You don't have to figure it all out in advance. You can be wrong. You can pick the wrong career. You can pick the wrong job. You can pick the wrong spouse. You can pick the wrong whatever. But you get it right one time, you're set. But if you don't try, and if you don't go out there and try all those different things, you'll never get that one time.
Most people do a lot of talking, and most people don't put in the effort. There's nothing you can't accomplish in life with the right amount of work. The challenge is, are you willing to do the work? And the reality is, most people aren't, but that's the opportunity.
Stop telling your visions to other people, because they're not going to see it. Why you think you keep imagining opening a business? Why you keep imagining graduating, getting a better job? Why do you keep imagining buying a house? Why do you keep imagining driving a really nice car? Why do you keep imagining getting rich one day? Why do you keep imagining that? Because God is talking to you. He's showing you something that he has for you.
This thing, you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for anybody else. Yes, your family supports you. Yes, your friends support you, but you're doing it for yourself at the end of the day. And you're the only one who's going out there. You gotta motivate yourself, and you gotta want it as much as everybody else on the track. So I've learned that, so it's easier now. So when people say, this season, you're saying it's not running as fast as you should, it doesn't bother me, because I've been through this already, and I know what they're gonna say all the time, but I know what I'm capable of, and I know what I can do. So
I'm not good enough, smart enough. I'm not talented enough to do that. Some people are. Some people can start at 1. Some people don't have to start at all. If you lack talent, you can't sit back and say, I'll start in half an hour. I can't do that. I gotta start now.
Rock fucking bottom. Rock bottom. Bottom isn't when you experience the worst moment of your life. Bottom is when you change.
I don't care how good you are in anything. You don't have discipline, you ain't nobody.
Right.
You're nothing without discipline. Because you give up under the slightest struggle without discipline.
100%.
Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it.
Man, I like to picture God looking down and saying, yeah, but that boy just won't quit. He just, watch him. He'll get back up. And he'll get up swinging and he'll try again. He just don't quit.
When it feels scary to jump, Ian, that is exactly when you jump. Otherwise, you end up staying in the same place your whole life. And that I can't do.
If you do not have it written down, your chances of it happening is reduced drastically. It's a principle of success. You have to have everything you want written. It's in the Bible. Habakkuk 2:2. It says, write the vision and make it plain, so that he who reads it will run to it. And even though it tarry, that means take a long time, wait for it, for surely it will come at an appointed time. That's in the Bible. Listen to me. That's real. If you don't think it's real, I dare you to try it. Write everything you want on a piece of paper. If you can think it, you can achieve it. Write it on a piece of paper. Read it every morning and every night. Come back here 1 year from today and see how much of that stuff then came true. That's a promise of your God. That ain't no theory I come up with. That's all successful people have. You have to write it. Everything I've ever gotten in life, I've written.
You come to this world as an empty cup. Then your parents put their drop inside of you. The teachers put their knowledge inside of you. The advertising, the government, the schools, your friends, the parents of your friends. So a lot of different influences, ideas, concepts. What you're supposed to do in this life is starting to fill up your cup. Now, really simply said, what Buddha is teaching now is to say, look, all of that stuff inside there, it's not coming from you. So that means spend some time and learn to empty the cup. Make that cup empty. Then you will realize who you really are, what your essence is, the way how you came to this world.
Expect big things. Think big. Think big. You can do it. You can do it. Why can't you do it? Take a little bit of piece at a time, have daily goals, monthly goals. You can make it happen. It can happen. What's impossible in your life, go after that. Have that. Go after what's impossible.
When you work for others, you are at their mercy. They own your work. They own you. Your creative spirit is squashed. What keeps you in such positions is a fear of having to sink or swim on your own. Instead, you should have a greater fear of what will happen to you if you remain dependent on others for power. Your goal in every maneuver in life must be ownership. Work in the corner for yourself. What is yours is yours to lose. You're more motivated, more creative, more alive. The ultimate power in life is to be completely self-reliant, completely yourself.
Prove them all fucking wrong. Every one of them. Whatever they said about you, use it as fucking fuel. Ignite that motherfucker inside you. Show them who you are.
So you want to be normal. So you just want to be like everybody else that roams the world, not knowing the power that's in them. Being fine with being mediocre. What do you want to be in life?
I love this game. I live this game. There's 1,000 other guys waiting in the wings who are obsessed with this game. Obsession's going to be talent every time. You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed?
If you want something bad enough, you can't let anybody tell you you can't do something.
Your lack of commitment is almost an insult.
to the people who believe in you.
To do anything successfully in life, you gotta want it as bad as you want to breathe. And if you want it that bad, if you're willing to give it that much, you get a big piece of what you want.
You can do what you put your mind to. And if you continue to put your mind to it, the game opens up new levels. Every motherfucker ain't gonna do nothing.
Loneliness will teach you more about yourself than anything else in this world will. More people need to spend time alone. I spent all my time alone. I was eating at restaurants by myself. I was hiking by myself. I was camping by myself. I was going on trips by myself to different places and then staying by myself. I did all of this for 2 years. And what that made me do was learn to love myself and love my own company. That way I didn't need acceptance from other people. I didn't care what other people thought because all I need at the end of the day is myself.
Why would you not go for it? Why would you not take a chance? At one point in time, you got to take a chance on you.
My father could have been a great comedian, but he didn't believe that was possible for him. And so he made a conservative choice. Instead, he got a safe job as an accountant. And when I was 12 years old, he was let go from that safe job. And our family had to do whatever we could to survive. I learned many great lessons from my father, not the least of which was that you can fail at what you don't want. So you might as well take a chance on doing what you love.
If you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got.
If you think the price of winning is too high, wait till you get the bill from regret.
And all I say to you is I hope you chase those dreams with a burning desire. With a burning desire, and through all the fire, and through all the flame, and through all the pain, I hope that you find happiness deep in your heart. I wish nothing but prosperity and abundance in your life. Much love.
It's dangerous to dwell on past mistakes because people sort of define themselves by the worst moments that they've ever had. And if that's the case, like some people are stuck in high school. They're stuck in failures that they had like when they were first getting jobs, and they always think that they're a loser, and they don't like the feeling of failure, so they keep low expectations so that they never have to feel that. You gotta get through it. You gotta get through bad feelings. You gotta get through failure. It's very important. And you get through it by just picking yourself back up and moving forward and going.
The number one thing people don't have control of in their lives is their mind. But what's funny about that is the only thing in life you can truly control is your mind. You can't control other people. You can't control the weather. You can't even control your health. So if you're going to sit there and go, oh, I'm sad, well, you can change that if you actually try, but you don't. You just accept it. And I don't understand why you would allow your own mind to take power from you. How would you let your own mind sabotage you? Why wouldn't you reprogram your own mind to be on your team? It should be your ally, right? My mind is my ally.
When you are sad, the sadness sits inside of you. When you worry about something, it's your worry. Other people around you see the issue too, but they don't worry. You worry. Nevertheless, we try to fix this issue. We try to look for the solution. Yeah, not inside of you. We try to find it out there. All of these things, they all take place inside of you. So if you want to adjust something about the way how you feel, it's inside of us that we need to find the right points to trigger inside of you. If there is something that you can to 100% adjust and control in this life, it can only be yourself.
Nothing is free. If you want to be successful, you have to pay the price. Nothing is easy. Easy means you have to think different. You have to do different. For example, early days in my company, when some ideas come to my desk, Jack, this is a great idea, and I look at everybody. Everybody say it is a good idea, I normally throw into the rubbish. Because everybody say this is good, then all the other people think of. If everybody say this is going to be very tough, I'm very interested in that tough question. And I pick up and say, how can we do in a different way? This is to be unique, to be different.
I promised someone that I loved very much that I would never go back to being that person. But for you, I'm going to make an exception. You ask me what I saw when I looked at you. What do you see when you look at me?
The Joker once said,
Smile, because it confuses people. Smile, because it is easier than explaining what is killing you inside. I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve in a world that's lost its way. They laugh at me because I'm different. I laugh at them because they're all the same. As you know, madness is like gravity. All it takes is a little push. For my whole life, I didn't know if I even really existed. But I do. And people are starting to notice.
ignore and outperform them.
Fucking bet against me. Bet against me.
While you're over there watching me and talking about me, I'm working.
Tell me it's not going to happen. Tell me it's going to fail. I love it. I love every minute of it.
If you will lose, I will win.
I don't give a fuck anymore. Lose! I don't lose! I win! I'm a winner. I'm going to win.
You have to achieve failure. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. There is no nobility in poverty.
Tired of them. Nobody cares about it.
There is no tomorrow.
Thank you for watching.